thought it would happen. It never happened to me. It seems that clearly it has done, and now no longer I'm free. I am not free to be who I want to be. Can somebody come and rescue me? I am not afraid to be who I want to be. Can somebody rescue me? be together. This is a shot just to me and you. And if we ever go together again, I wanna promise that we see this through. So I am not free to be whoever I want to be. Can somebody come? Can somebody come in? Can someone come and rescue me? I'm not afraid to be who I want to be. I'm not afraid. Can somebody rescue me? 'Cause I am not afraid. Can somebody rescue me? 'Cause I am not afraid. Rescue me. Can somebody set me free? Can somebody set me free? I was lost, just a shadow of myself. When you found me, I was lonely, yeah. But then you took my hand and said, it's gonna be alright. I'm here for you tonight.
Alrighty. Hello. Let me cut this damn music off and switch it to this here. Hello, everybody. What's going on? I don't know if you guys are football fans, but that was one of the craziest games ever seen. All right, let me stop this music. Get over here, and I got too much shit open over here. Too much shit open. Let's see. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel as we talk House of the Dragon. Got a lot to talk about. Let's see who's up in here. Tom Bystander, hello. Travis Michael, what's up, man? How you doing? Holding me personally in charge of getting me excited for this series of the former fanatic of the real series who is still heartbroken, pissed off about the but same here. I'm trying to do that for myself, Travis. But we'll try, man. Diane, hello. Try to turn off on notifications, Diane. Maybe turn them off and back on. Lord Kev, what's up, man? Alan, how are you? Jake from State Farm, what's up, man? Dargans, I forgot about Dargans, man. Musey, hello. Sorry, I was trying to wait till after this game ended, and then it went to overtime, but luckily it was over quick. But damn, what a game! My Zoe girl, hello. I know I'm excited about getting back in the GOT frame of mind as well. The last few videos I've done, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been putting out videos again, and seeing people get excited for it's making me more excited about it. And I saw you say something about Riddick making an appearance here. I'll show you the Riddick if I can. Here, he's down here eating his bone. If you see the Riddick, there's the Riddick. So, been a while since he's made an appearance. Let's see if I can get that right. Let's see. The Last Saint. Yeah, that was insane, man. Yeah, it was. About to buy the book, then do a review. Do it, man. Do it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you dig it, man. I guess I should remind everybody. I do have a book out. It's been a while since I've seen some of you. I do have a book out now. It's available everywhere. The Crimson Gods, if you like dark fantasy. I do have a link up there pinned, I think, as usual. Smile Factory, hello. Deshaun, how are you doing? Let's go Rams. You got the California teams. I tell you what, I kind of wanted to see Buffalo do it tonight, man. Allen's the real deal, and they need one. Let's see. You know what? I forgot to post this real quick on Patreon for Q&A or questions to make sure. But I think most people's probably left anyway, so I will actually grab. Let me grab the stream link there. Just in case. Nobody really engages there, so okay, well, I can't find my own damn stream. Are we serious right now? I can't. How can I find myself live? Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. Hold on, let me make sure that's muted. Share that. All right. All right, there we go. Alrighty. There. Okay. Jay is bored. What's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. RJ, hello, old friends. Yeah, I'm excited to get the family back together. I hope this thing gets big, man. I really do. I miss, I'm liking seeing the channel with a little tiny hints of growth here over the past few videos. As people get a little bit more excited about it. There's Monica. Hello, Monica Nakamura. How are you doing? Zoomer, what's up, man? Guess you were streaming on Twitch. Yeah. Raddaw, hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Ragdoll. I thought it said Rad. Yeah, but I mean, there's people that like. I don't have anything against Kansas City, but I just don't. I want to see Buffalo pull it out. But that was crazy. Either way, man, that was crazy. Can't be. That was a great fourth quarter. Probably best I ever seen. Doc Holliday's in the house. What's up, man? Script Goddess, yo. Megan, hello. Coach O'Shea, what's up, Coach? Lydia Quinn, hello. I think Alan Bird. I think I saw Alan Bird in there. Anyway, so let's jump into it. Yes. Smash the like button, and by the way, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it if you hadn't. We're trying to. I stated my goal in the last couple of videos. We're going to try to do this again. This time we have a full show, starting with season 1, episode 1, instead of starting late with episode, I think 4 of season 5. I believe is when I started this channel back in 2016. That's crazy. So we're going to try this again. We're going to try to get to 100K before the end of this year. I think we can do it if we get everybody re-engaged. If people come back that loved GOT at the time, and I get it. I get the ending. But anyway, so yeah, I've been seeing little traction with the last couple videos. So it's been pretty cool. But yeah, so I just want to talk about. We can talk about whatever. By the way, as usual. But where's Carol, Dan? I don't know. I don't know where she's at. I know she was watching football. I'm sure. I think I saw her post something about the game. Ahmad, what's up? What was that? The you like bad pussy episode? No, that was 6, right? That was season 6, I believe. And that was insane. But yeah, I mean, I was just trying to think, because I was thinking about doing a video on it, and maybe I'll do a more detailed video on it. But what's the first season going to look like? Because they're obviously covering the Dance of the Dragons era, right? So this is, a couple, not quite 200 years, 160 years before GOT, and we know from, I guess, the set pictures and all that kind of stuff that we have a young Rhaenyra and a young Alicent and all this kind of stuff, but we're not going to see any fighting in the actual dance started, I don't think, until season 2. Oh, was that season? Oh, what's up, Dragon Demands? Was season 5? I don't even remember anymore, man. Yeah, okay. So I guess I started episode 3 or 4 or something when I started this channel, or started shortly after I started the channel when I started covering GOT. But anyway, what's up, Zara? How you doing? But yeah, so overall, I think season 1, I think they'll end the season. And again, it's just my guess based off the little information that we have. I think that we'll see Viserys, the King Viserys the First. I think we'll see him the whole season. I believe that was confirmed by the actor. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe, read that a while back. So the way I'm guessing is that if he's lasting the whole season, I'm guessing that he'll die probably episode 9, something maybe like they did Ned, although he won't be a major character, I wouldn't believe. So I think if that's the case, then they'll end the season with that, with his death, and that will start the coronation of Aegon and then Rhaenyra. So if we kind of work backwards, we can kind of go over. And I won't spoil anything for anybody that hadn't read Fire and Blood or anything, but we'll go over some general stuff. Kind of the prelude, the stuff that kind of leads up to, and we did see some of that also in the teaser. By the way, we got a tourney. They'll probably combine a couple of tournaments. I'm assuming. We'll see what they do with that, but we'll talk about a couple of things that'll lead up to this. Essentially, if you boil it down to just the basics, I mean, the very basics here, just refreshing a page over here, see if anybody posts on Patreon. It's really, this whole thing is really about, I mean, so the dance lasts from 129 AC to 131. It's just a couple of years as far as the whole thing where Targaryens wipe themselves out and all the dragons. But when you boil it down to I guess the very bare bones, it's really about the relationship between Rhaenyra, the named heir, and Queen Alicent, who kind of came in and became the other first lady of the realm, obviously, and Marion Viserys, his second wife after Emma Arryn. And so I think that's, if you boil it down, it's their relationship as they were really good and close as they were younger. As they get older, that deteriorates. And then we're going to see kind of Daemon be the third wheel. It's almost going to revolve around what he does between these two, and essentially is what it is. I mean, it's at the very basic level. So lots of stuff to cover. Diane, Q&A, do you think we'll see the Faceless Man? Faceless Man, I wouldn't imagine. I don't remember anything about Faceless Men and Fire and Blood, and I have only read Fire and Blood once, and then I've read through some other stuff a couple times, but I haven't read it a million times like I have A Song of Ice and Fire, the main story. But I don't think we'll see any Faceless Men. I mean, I don't know. You could see that if we do flashbacks of Valyria. Old Valyria is where they were founded anyway, in the mines of Old Valyria. If they do anything like that, we could see the foundation of the Faceless Men. Yeah, other than that, I don't think in the main story that we would. I don't think there's a reason to. But we could. They can mix some stuff up. They could change some stuff up for sure. For some reason, I cannot scroll back. Oh, what is going on here with my chat? Dragon demands, near as we confirm HBO season 1 at least, in the coronation of Viserys. Possibly see flashbacks of Harrenhal Council might end with dance over Storm's End. Yeah, I think you're saying down here with Viserys, 9% of Viserys will die of old age in the season 1, maybe showing dance over Storm's End the first blood. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dragon. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If he's going to last the whole season, we can kind of work backwards from there, is basically what I'm saying. So I agree. I think we could see the first blood, which would be Jacaerys or whatever, and then or something like that. I guess is probably what we. I don't know if we'd see that in episode 10 or something, but I think that's certainly a possibility. And then Blood and Cheese will come into it probably in season 2, but that would only be like one episode, I'd imagine they'd be in. But yeah, if we kind of work backwards from King Viserys' death, I think we can pretty much figure out what we're going to see. You have a lot of stuff going on. You have this 5th year anniversary tournament, which I think they'll probably combine that. I think the teaser, it seems to be at Hornhill as far as the main banners that was up, and we saw House Stark and all that stuff in there. You'll probably have Viserys. I don't know how they're going to do the flashbacks. I don't know if they're going to do like literally 2 timelines, because it's mainly just young Rhaenyra and Alicent, I would imagine, and I don't think we have a younger Daemon. So they could make him look younger, because he's definitely involved in all this stuff. He's kind of, like I said, almost a main character, or the main character. Although it's really between those two or three. Pedro, what's up, man? When do you believe the trailer will be released, more or less? The video I just put out yesterday, and I think Dragon Demands, I think you did this, mention this too in one of yours. I was saying the 24th of January is what I've been hearing, not just from Dragon, but other sources as well. Because HBO is releasing that new show, and that would be a good time to, and that is a Sunday, by the way, I believe that their show's on. I believe that's the 24th is the debut, so that would be a good time to drop a full trailer. I'm still calling April, like I did talked about in the last video I just dropped yesterday or the day before. I'm still saying April. Some people still believe June or possibly June, July. I don't think they'll go up against. I think a lot of people also still think late 2022, but I don't know if they'll go against Lord of the Rings. We do know that that's coming out the 2nd of September, I believe. And I don't know if they want to go against Lord of the Rings. I don't think they would be beaten by Lord of the Rings, being a Netflix or an Amazon show. Just based off right now, my opinion of Wheel of Time. So we'll see, but I don't think they want to go against it either way. I think they want all the hype, because every Sunday, you know how Game of Thrones was. Every Sunday was like a Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, it's just, it's insane. So they want to try to get some of that magic back. So I'm still betting. Yeah, Super Bowl for sure. Super Bowl would be a great time. Of course, I don't know. Have they ever really done a Super Bowl trailer? We always said that, but I don't know if they ever did it. I don't remember now. That's been. It's crazy how much time has passed since Game of Thrones has been gone. Wesley Mons, 24th is tomorrow. Well, okay, yeah, it is the 23rd now, right? Yeah, so well, either way, when it doesn't really matter when that show. I thought that show was going to be Sundays. I didn't look at the calendar, but I'm just saying another big HBO show they're trying to push would be a good time for it. So it could be, we could see it tomorrow. It could be February, the 20. What is the? Let's see, what was that? The 20. Yeah, that would be a Thursday. So yeah, it was tomorrow. Oh yeah. The filmings continue first week of February. Increased, missed the May 1st Emmy eligibility cutoff point, so they'll wait till June 26th due to basketball. Yeah, that's basically what your options are. I don't know. I think some of that indoor stuff. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably indoor. I know all the main outdoor stuff's done, and I think people. Obviously, the main reason is people are doubting the April thing is the CGI. We're going to have a lot of dragons, obviously, but I don't know if I don't know that we're not going to see 17 to 20 dragons at the same time. We're not going to see any big dragon battles immediately in season 1 or anything like that. We'll see them flying on them. We'll see some distant shots. I don't think it's going to be overrun with dragons. But then again, I think they probably learned from Game of Thrones, and they probably have a much bigger staff for CGI and a lot more money thrown at it. So I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal compared to, say, Game of Thrones. I think they know what they have now. They know how to do it. They learned a lot making that show. Still the best looking show in history, in my opinion. So anyway, but let's see. Anyway, but also the April thing is also probably a little wishful thinking too, because it was always the classic Game of Thrones time, and you always, it was always coming April, but we obviously season 7 was different, but we always wanted April. So and it's sooner. I just want this thing to start, man. I really am looking forward to it, and seeing what it's like. I think it's going to be great. I think this could. You'll never outdo Game of Thrones in sheer popularity, but this has got some good stories, and so let's talk about a couple of those. I don't know if we'll see flashbacks of Viserys with Lady Emma Arryn. That is Rhaenyra's mother. She was the only kid that survived out of that marriage. So that if they establish Rhaenyra, you got a lot of characters to build here before we get into Civil War. So Rhaenyra is the only child of Emma Arryn. Then being the only child from that marriage, obviously, that's when Viserys names her the heir to the Iron Throne, and then the realm accepted her. So this is going to be really a story about her at first, and then as Alicent comes to Alicent comes into the picture later. Then it's going to be about those two and their relationship as it deteriorates, like I mentioned before. So he gets remarried to Queen Alicent. And then, of course, they're really close when they're younger, and everybody accepts her as the heir. She's the princess of Dragonstone, and et cetera, et cetera. And then Alicent and Viserys have kids, and that's what starts the thing. So the kids don't like each other. Then she gets remarried to her uncle Daemon. And then they have kids, and the whole thing. So there's all these little things that kind of start all this off, but it really is about their relationship. So basically, like we're saying, at the end of the season when he dies, that's when obviously Alicent and the Hightowers, they're like, no, Aegon, because we have a male now. The king had a male now, but he never changed that. So it's kind of like we saw in Game of Thrones for people who hadn't read Fire and Blood. Robert wrote this thing. Ned is the protector of the realm until my son comes of age. And then, even though he wrote that in his own words before he died, they didn't give a shit. They coronated Joffrey so soon that, of course, that became it's hard to undo. And so that's what happens here. And again, that's what I'm thinking happens at the end of the season. And again, that's just a guess. So we got a lot of stuff to go through. You have, Rhaenyra's first marriage to Lenore, and then you have Elena as well involved there. So you got House Velaryon to set up. You'll probably have House Celtigar to some degree, being Valyrians. I'm not sure if they'll go into those. I don't think they'll go deep with that, but this is about Targaryens. So you got all these things that's going to lead up to the dance. Lots of great little stories, lots of political drama and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. Raphael, thank you. Raphael, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Chris, really enjoy your content. What do you think about the Lord of the Rings teaser? I liked it, man. I mean, it was just a teaser. I liked the voiceover. I liked the idea of seeing that time period, man. The time period of the Rings of Power being actually created by Sauron. Maybe we see him in his human form and all that, which I believe we will have to as he presents the rings to the elves, the dwarves, and the humans. So I'm excited about it. I've heard, I just don't want it to be. I'm kind of worried being an Amazon in a little bit, but that's after seeing how much they changed after learning more about Wheel of Time, because I'm not a Wheel of Time expert. I'm enjoying it, but I know it's a lot different from the source material. So yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna check it out for sure. Let's see. What's up, Hairless Oyster? There's a name I haven't seen in a while. I like turtles. Have fun. Be well. Stay hydrated. What's up, man? How you doing? Oh Lord, there's Dr. Doe's House Bolton. Yeah, the House Bolton show will come out probably. That'll probably be the next one they do, man. Big Mike. Oh yeah, Town Bystander. That's right. The Blue Wizards. That's right. Yeah, it should be a good story. It should be it's a good time period. So, yeah, I look forward to it, man. Let's see. The Dragon you're saying, Wheel of Time is very long. There's some stuff they had to change, but I've heard other stuff they did, which seems to just quote, imitating Game of Thrones TV show to be gritty. Well, see, that's what I love about Game of Thrones. It's gritty. It's gritty and realistic, man. That's what we loved about it, man. What's up, man? Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, the book is cool, man. It's cool having a book out there. It's kind of slowed down a lot now, but it did pretty good. It did pretty good during the pre-order period, and and then sales right after. And I think we're up to like. I think we got like almost right at 69 reviews on Amazon. We did make the top 10, and we made the best sellers list, so that's official. But we didn't make number one that I'm aware of. It could have done it randomly 1 hour in the middle of the night, but I know I saw it up to number 6, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, I mentioned that right when we got on, but the Crimson Gods, my book is out. Anywhere books are sold. I know it's being carried in some stores. I know Monica is in here. She has saw it in her local Barnes & Noble. So it is in some Barnes & Nobles, even though they told me it wouldn't be, but it is. But it's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad people are enjoying it for the most part. I haven't seen any bad reviews or feedback, and pretty cool. Anyway, so I was saying before, so it's going to be their relationship. You got all this stuff between Alicent and Rhaenyra, and then their kids, and then you got the strong element. Well, I mentioned that before. When Rhaenyra marries the first time, it's rumored. I think it's the reality. Doc, gritty or magic-y? I want both, man. I want both. Why not have both gritty and magic-y? You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So she gets married, like I said, to Lenore, and he's more into dudes. So, her kids are, Jacaerys, and Joffrey. And then, the whole thing is, is they don't look like Targaryens. They have brown hair. So that seems to be, you're going to have issues with, they're Strongs. I mean, I think they are. I believe that's my opinion. I think that's pretty clear in the books. So you're going to see all that drama, and then the kids don't get along, and then you have Damon. You have Uncle Damon, the Rogue Prince. He's on his his brother's the king. He wants to be named the heir, so he didn't like it when Rhaenyra's named the heir. So he does become part of his council. I think he's master of coin. He several positions, and he gets bored in King's Landing, and he decides, "Fuck it, I'm going to go conquer the Stepstones because I have a dragon." And this is when he teams with Corlys of Valyrian. This is going to be another major character. Obviously, we've talked about him in videos and stuff. So we got the war for the Stepstones against the Triarchy. I mean, there's all kinds of really cool little stories that's going to lead up. So this first year, I guess basically what I'm saying is this first year, just because we don't see dragon battles, which trust me, you really don't want to see those. I mean, you're going to see them, and you're going to hate it. It sounds cool. I mean, it was fine in Game of Thrones when one dragon was an ice dragon, and you didn't care about it anymore. I mean, you did, but not in the same way. But it's going to be different when you like all these dragons, and you're going to like some of the Targaryen. I saw an article that said they shouldn't make the people pick sides. Look, man, I'm Team Black, but you're going to like some of the people on Team Green, and they're dragons, and so this is going to be one of those things that pulls your heart all over the place as far as this story. So it's going to be a good damn show, and I certainly trust Ryan Condal with the source material, and we have a finished book. The thing about Fire and Blood, let me just hold this up, by the way. This is, we got one volume so far, but remember, this is not just like the whole show. The show is about, I would guess, about this much of it. That last little bit is probably what we're going to see in the show. The rest of it's the entire thing back to Aegon the Conqueror. So we're not going to see all of that. They'll make references and all that kind of stuff, but we're not going to see all that stuff. I mean, I wish they would have started there. They could have done a show, like I said before, when it was called Fire and Blood. That's what we were calling it. Do a show and have 1 year as a different Targaryen king or whatever. So anyway. The point being that there's a lot of material there, but the dance is not the majority of that book. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff to do. So and the other thing is, this is written by a maester, and Mushroom also has his input in there, and so he's not. It's already starting with that unreliable narrator thing, right? Which is great in storytelling and that's the way George R. R. Martin uses it anyway. Is you have these unreliable narrators. So when you have a POV chapter, of a character, for example, pick any POV chapter from the books, the main books, they're telling you what they believe happens or whatever. So it's not necessarily the absolute truth, somewhere in the middle. So I think you're going to find out that Mushroom was right in a lot of cases, and the Maester as well. So that's the cool thing about it. It don't have to be exactly like is written in the books, because this is just his opinion, essentially. Lady Jen, hello. Welcome back, Lady Jen. Thank you. My favorite Game of Thrones guy ever, YouTube Game of Thrones guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, James came over last night. We hung out and watched football and UFC and all that stuff, and he's still trying to figure out what he can do whenever this starts, whether it's April or June or whatever. If he can somehow go in a couple hours later on Monday so he can come over here and watch it and live stream with me after the show, which is why I started this, by the way. I started at 10:30 because of football, but we got to reestablish our old time slot, man, which was right after the show, which is usually around 10:15, just because the show was sometimes over an hour. So yeah, we got to reestablish our time slot, our post GOT time slot, post show, post Hot D now. All right, for some reason, why can't I scroll up? What's going on? Gritty plus incest. Yeah, I don't know. We won't see. Of course, there's going to be a lot of incest with the Targaryens. That's one thing that starts the downfall of Rhaenyra in one way is, and this is not really a major spoiler, so I'll mention it. She was always smitten with Daemon, even when she was younger, her uncle, the Rogue Prince, and eventually married him. But she was apparently caught with him in the sack when they were younger. Anyway, and that was that's when Kristen Cole, who you'll see in this show, and I think Sir Kristen Cole be one of these people who you'll kind of like him at first, then you'll hate him. I'll just say that without spoiling everything. He was her personal protector, assigned by her father, and she also liked him at one time, and he held to his honor though and his vows and all this kind of stuff. But he ends up being on the Greens and the Lord Commander of the King's Guard. So you're going to have some big character arcs that swing in pretty big ways, where you're going to like people, then you're going to hate them, and vice versa. And it's going to be hard because you're going to like some of the people on, for example, if you're Team Black, or whatever, when this thing starts, you're still going to like some of the people on Team Green and vice versa. So it's going to be pretty cool in that sense. So, yeah. Prepare to have your hearts ripped in many, many directions. That's all I'm saying. Dragon, not really much. Well, yeah, Rhaenyra and Uncle. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I was just saying me in response to that. In general, the whole Targaryen thing is all I'm saying. But yeah, so there will be some similarities. I want to say that too. Like eventually Queen Alicent. I think you could kind of compare her to like the Cersei of the day once she gets older and Aegon is born, and she wants him to be king, obviously, and her family. So she's kind of becomes the Cersei of that time period in a way. As a way you could not the same obviously kind of character exactly, but a similar type of character that you may end up not liking so much. I'm sure we'll see. But so you have a lot of. We saw that also in the teaser. You saw her running with the Valyrian steel dagger, the cat's paw dagger, which I really think is cool to have that tied in. I think that's probably when Aemon loses his eye. Aemon One Eye. I did a video on him too in one of my character videos. So that's one of the things that starts between the kids, and he actually gets his eye stabbed out, and it's going to end up being the same dagger that Arya ended up having, and which was Tyrion's. Then Arya got hold of it from Bran and all that stuff from Littlefinger. Ended up killing the Night King or whatever. Yeah, whatever. But it's cool to tie those type of things in. Gary Targaryen, yeah, no, Gary. You'll see Gary. I'm not going to say much about Gary, man. I don't want to spoil anything. So, Mike, Dr. Doge. Let's see. I can't. Why does it not let me scroll up? I don't know why. It's like just I have to like grab the bar to scroll up, man. Martin said Volume 1 could equal 20. It really could. Yeah, I mean, it really could. If they went, that would be a long show. But it would be so different. There's so many different eras almost. If they wanted to do like the whole, obviously they're not going to do that. But yeah, it would be a long show. For the Targaryens are a huge family, and each king's so different. Ragdoll, yeah, the dragons got me. Sad to see their deaths. That's what I'm saying. You got to remember, I think they said in the show I think George R. R. Martin said there's 17 dragons. There's actually 20, I believe. I think I'm right. If I remember correctly, there's about 20 during this time period. Just saying. When it starts, when episode 1, season 1 starts, there's 17, 20 dragons, whatever. When this thing ends, when the show goes off, there are none. So let's just remember that that's going to be a thing, because you can deal with some people dying, but when you see dragons die that you love, or dire wolves for that matter, it's pretty different. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. But just a fair warning. Lady Jen, literally just bought your book. I cannot wait to get it. You're my YouTube God. Still hate the Panthers always. Thank you, Lady Jen. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the book, man. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for ordering the book. I really appreciate the support. And by the way, anybody that has not yet, if you have read the book, you can go leave me a review on Amazon and Goodreads. That'd be cool. I'd really appreciate that. But whenever you read it, I'm just asking for honest reviews as usual. But it's pretty cool to see them all rolling in and people enjoying them. All right, Diane, have a good one. You're off to bed. That was quick, Diane. You always jump in for like 10 minutes and you have to leave. Have a good one, Diane. Have a good day at work. I'm assuming you got to work in the morning. Let's see here. Thomas, what's up, man? Thomas Maurice. How do you think Vagar is going to be compared to Drogon in GOT? Yeah, I mean, I think we see Balerion skull, Vagar. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna imagine it's almost as far as the show goes. Probably almost the same. He's older at this point. We'll see him around for a while, for a little bit. And I think it'll. I don't know if you're just asking about the size. They always compared Drogon to Balerion, but so Vagar will be close. So I think it'll be that similar type of thing. It'd be one of those like he's still Vagar, but he is older, and then your heart's gonna get broken. You know what I mean? So I don't know exactly what you're asking about the comparison. Other than size, but yeah, it'd be pretty close. Now, hopefully, speaking of that though, hopefully I'm assuming they will. I'm just assuming they're going to do it right because you got official artwork in here too. By the way, in Fire and Blood, you have official artwork, and you've seen all the other official artwork with calendars and stuff over the years. They stand up on their dragons, the bigger ones. They stand up and ride them. They have saddles and armor and the whole nine. So I hope they do that right. I'm sure they will. I don't think it's just going to be people riding on the back because you're literally going to have battles. And I don't want to, for the live stream, I won't spoil anything. I'll do videos where I've spoiled it, obviously, because it's in a book. We know how this happens. But there are battles where people stand up and jump to other ones, and most of you guys probably know most of that. But just for people who don't, I won't spoil anything. But yeah, I hope they do that right with the whole thing, saddles, and it's almost like you've seen the artwork with Aegon standing up on Balerion, where he's standing up he can hold onto this like bar thing. So I hope they do that right with the whole armor thing as well. CRB, I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Are you doing Boba Fett episode reviews? No, I'm not, and the only reason I'm not is because. Two reasons, CRB. I'm trying to niche back down and just talk about House of the Dragon. That's literally part of what Season 8 destroyed the channel, but also me doing the podcast and Mandalorian and all those things. Those don't get seen because the algorithm has me cornered. So I'm going to start. I'm not going to stop doing other shows, but I may do a separate thing, just like where I'm moving the podcast over to a new channel. So we do have fairly new episodes on the podcast channel, but I still have to take down all these older episodes and move them over. So I'm only doing House of the Dragon for now. Once we get to 100K, I can expand out and do other stuff and not really care or worry about it. But yeah, so for two reasons. One, that's how things get seen and how I grow in order to pay bills. But the other thing is Boba Fett, man, I just don't like it so far. It's not that good. They've really taken a different direction, and I think it's because he's older and all that stuff, which I understand. But I don't like. It's just not been really good. It's kind of been kind of cheesy. There's not really been. I'm just not loving it, man. I love The Mandalorian. I love, I'm going to love Ahsoka for sure. I thought this would be great, but it's just right now, at least right now. Again, there's only 4 episodes. Episode 4 is pretty good, but it's just been kind of cheesy, and I'm not really digging it. I mean, I'm watching it, and I'm watching it and going to finish it and all that stuff. But I'm just not going to do videos because anytime I put out a Star Wars video, Mandalorian, anything other than Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, I lose subscribers. I don't get, it's just, it actually hurts my channel. Now, Witcher did okay for season 1, but that was just like a one-off thing. So anyway, CRB, again, another super chat. Thank you. Fire Matt Rule. I agree 100%. If not, we have an owner problem. 100% I agree. He needs to go. I knew this coming when he got hired, whenever he sold the team, Jerry Richardson sold the team, I knew we had problems. I agree. Get him out of there. I said that they should have fired him at the end of the season, but apparently not. Princess Scarlet, hello. That's too bad. What's too bad? Season 8 didn't destroy you. The end of the show sent the losers running to the next thing. No, it helped. It helped for sure. People, look, we had always said, hey, this thing's going to end one day, and we're doing this other stuff, and we got a podcast, and we'll be talking The Witcher because we knew that was coming out, and Mandalorian and all that stuff. But it's two things. So that obviously. But people did not tune in to any videos after Game of Thrones because of the way it ended, because the majority of people hated it. Some people didn't, and that's fine too. But once you start missing videos, then you don't get recommended anymore, and then it just died. So I've lost subscribers for 2.5 years straight. So it's cool the last few videos to see, like for example, let's see, a few views are coming back in a little bit. I mean, nothing like it used to be. Matter of fact, I've lost 2 subscribers since we started this live stream, because every live stream I lose subscribers too. But not a big deal, whatever. But it's been cool to see these last couple videos. They're moving a little bit. They're up a little bit. A few subscribers coming in. Comments. So it's cool to see all that stuff, man. But yeah, just trying to rebuild. So I got to keep it niche down and whatever. And we can do live streams, any other thing, and then I can just I don't know, mark them private or whatever. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out because I've been sitting here for 2.5 years, pouting about it, and I got to just get, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, and I've got to get back to making content about this Ice and Fire universe. But here's the thing: I'm actually excited about it again. Game of Thrones tore me up, man. It tore me up, and then the channel dying, all the growth and the great live streams, and raising money for charity, 7,000-8,000 people in live streams raising money for charity, all that stuff was awesome, and then it just ended, and it kind of fucked me up for a while. It really did. Just seeing all that come to an end. But if it ended better, what I was going to say is we could have still been talking about things. You know what I mean? We could have still been talking about it, and then compared to the books and all this kind of stuff. But then it really turned me off the whole thing, because the main beats are going to be the end of the story in the books if we ever see them. We won't ever see the end of the books, but that's going to be where it's heading. And I just don't like the ending. I just don't like it. George R. R. Martin we all like to blame Dan and Dave, and I agree with most of everything people say about them because they destroyed the show. But they also were the best 4 seasons. The first 4 seasons were the best TV in history. But it's still his ending that he gave them. So it's his fault too. I don't like his ending. I just don't. A lot of people, it's odd to me that a lot of people will treat him like a god. They will blame Dan and Dave for every single little thing as if George R. R. Martin had no input. You know what I mean? And hey, look, I don't like his ending. I don't like Danny going to the dark side, but that's what's going to happen. So that's just the way it is. So it destroyed me and the channel and everything that we had built, and I don't blame people because I get messages all the time. Hey, I see I get a message where, hey, I'm glad to see you doing videos again, and I never stopped, but people literally say stuff like, I'm sorry I didn't watch any Game of Thrones channels after that. It broke my heart and I couldn't deal with it, but I'm glad you're back. Looking forward to House of the Dragon, yada, yada, yada. So I see them all the time. So I get it. I understand. Dragon, yeah, man. Back in season 7, we were killing it. We were live trending every week, man. We had 8,000, 9,000 people as the biggest number I remember seeing is around 9,000 or something. That's when we were raising money at the finale every year. So in season 7, we were live. We were trending week 1, and then we were live trending every single week. And the biggest we had was 9,000 something in the finale live stream of season 7. And that's when our first charity stream where we raised money for St. Jude. Then in season 8, we did it again, but everything was weighed down because everybody else started live streaming. And, so that kind of cut the audience up, I guess. Because the reason we started live streaming, we hated that stupid HBO, the HBO after show was horrible. So, um, anyway, so yeah, we had we were booming for a while, man. We were booming for a while. I was having fun, and then for that to come to an end like that, man, just it really fucked a lot of shit up for a lot of people. Senor Jose, what's up? How are you? What's going on? Doubting Thomas, hello, hello. Sonny. That's right. That's right. We do have a book. It is a book. It is a book. We know how this ends. Joel Hawkins, should I read House Fire and Blood before or after? That depends on if you want to know what happens. It will spoil absolutely everything that you're going to see. So, like I said, I was holding it up earlier. You know, you have. Like we were saying earlier, this would be a 20-season show, but remember, what we're going to see is probably about the last eighth of it. Not the last, but that about that much of the book covers the Dance of the Dragon. So it's up to you, man. It's referenced obviously in the main story and Ice and Fire and all that stuff, but all the details are in here in the world of Ice and Fire. So if you don't want to, I don't know, man. I mean, I've read it already, so I know what's happening, but I'm still very excited to see it on live screen, on the live action, the big screen. But what I was saying before is, remember, this is written by a maester, so you have to remember that anything written by a maester and then Mushroom has his input is going to be an unreliable narrator. So, in other words, it doesn't mean that Archmaester Gildane has everything right in here. So even if you read the book, there's going to be stuff in there that happens that we didn't know was, small details that book readers won't know because this is not necessarily completely accurate. So, yeah, I mean, really up to you. CRB, thank you. Another super chat. Thank you. I love season 8, but the last episode was bad. Yeah, I didn't agree with a lot of season 8, but I understand the Danny turn. I do understand it, but the way they did it was horrible. It was way too fast. I guess it is, decided to make her snap. But that was part of the whole thing. They went in, look, they went into this thing before they started and said, we're going to do 7 seasons. They knew it from the get-go. HBO said 10. George R. Martin wanted like 13. But ultimately, that was their decision. So they knew it from the get-go, but they did really. They don't get me wrong, they fucked it up. But I just do not like the ending. I don't like the ending of Bran, and it wasn't about the Iron Throne and Jon not having a say in the council and Danny's turn. I hate it all. I hate it. Excuse me. Last Saint, why not make a channel for Star Wars separately? I may. It's not that I'll never ever do it again. What I got to do is just kind of refocus. Saint is what I'm saying. Refocus House of the Dragon. We'll have stuff in between, obviously the seasons. So it's not like I won't do anything. But because in between seasons, obviously it's going to be a lot of downtime. So I'm just saying. But during these run-ups to the season, whenever that's going to be, and then obviously during the season. It's just going to be completely focused and niched down because that's what, because I have to think about it not only from, just, the things I enjoy, Star Wars and Ice and Fire and all this stuff, but, this was my full-time job, this and the Twitch stream and all that kind of stuff. We stream on Twitch 2 times a week and all that stuff. And that was destroyed. So, that was something I gotta rebuild. I gotta work on it. I'm sorry, Princess Scarlet. I'm sorry. There's something going on where the chat's flying by and I have to like grab the thing to scroll back up. So I'm trying to see what I missed here. I apologize. Give me Rent. The best thing about the Boba show so far is the theme song. I agree. I mean, it's not like horrible, like complete trash or something, but it's just, It's just not good. I don't know. It's really weird. I mean, I'm fine with the backstory, but it was just odd, man. So far, it's just been kind of lackluster, is all I can really say. Um, yeah, Dragon. I don't mind like the flashbacks in the back to tank, but see him crawl out of the Sarlacc pit. But the time period, you got 5 or 6. You had seven, I think 5 or 6 years between that Return of the Jedi and this time period, and then it just was unclear. It was weird. And now they're going to. It's over because now he's completely healed, so he won't be back in the back to tank. So maybe we'll see some more. He's just not a bounty hunter anymore. He's trying to become a good guy. And he don't have to be a perfectly good guy. He's still trying to be a crime boss, but why are you pretending like you care now? He's Boba Fett, And now they're making him a quote-unquote good guy. So it's not really Boba Fett anymore, Not that he was like a piece of trash, but he was a badass who sold his services to the highest bidder. He didn't care who it was. He stayed neutral. He worked for the Empire a lot, but that's who paid. I don't mind him doing some good things and helping people, but like I said, he's still not. It's just not Boba Fett, man. I don't know, and it's just really. I don't want to see him with sand people the whole time. It's just been odd. Yeah, exactly. The backstory is better than the current story. The current story is just like, okay, I'm Daimyo now because I'm Boba Fett, and he tells everybody that I'm Boba Fett, and he takes his helmet off too much. Leave your fucking helmet on and shoot rockets. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be all action, but come on, man. Be Boba Fett. Thomas, do you think they're going to show how Alicent Hightower dies, considering the fact that she died after the dance? I don't know. I don't know how long this is going. I really don't know when they're going to stop. Are they going to stop? Are they going to come all the way up to a particular king? Are they coming up, when Aegon the third is crowned? Is that the end of the show? Is that like episode 10 of season 5 or 6? I really don't know. I would imagine they would go a little further. I don't know. I don't really know. It don't make a lot of sense to go far beyond that, because we know what happens. There's more kings, obviously, and unless they're going to make spin-off shows or just continue it up until Dany's father or something, Viserys the second, then I don't know. So if they go that far, we'll absolutely see all that stuff. But I don't think they're going to go that far. That would be another 13, like we were talking about, 13 or 14 seasons. So I would imagine, just based off of what we know, the limited amount we know, it's about the Dance of the Dragons. I'd imagine Aegon the Third is kind of the end of it, but I don't really know. That's just literally a guess. I don't know how far they want to go into other kings or those other eras. Last Saint, my problem is that fans think characters must stay the same. Change happens just like in real life. Oh no, I have no problem with change. I'm not saying make him not say a word and just be a badass bounty hunter all the time. I don't mean that at all. I just mean it's just cheesy. It's just kind of like, I'm Boba Fett, I'm Daimyo because I said so, and Fennec, I love Fennec, and she's not really doing much, I don't know. And then the weird, Power Rangers bike gang, it was just cheesy to me. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't change. I have no problem with that at all. That's good storytelling. People do change, but anyway, I don't know how we're talking about Boba Fett, but Doubting Thomas, I'm still saying April. The video I did yesterday or day before, I'm still at this point guessing April. I think they have enough time to do it. They're still doing a couple, shoots. Most people are done shooting, but I think they're doing some indoor stuff until February, the beginning of February. So I think they can start it, and I think they have time. I don't think they have to have everything exactly perfect for the first couple episodes in CGI department for, say, episode 10. You know what I mean? So I don't think everything's exactly completely done. while the first one starts, and we're not going to see a bunch of dragon battles. I'm still saying April. I'm hoping April, but I do think the latest would be June, because I don't think they'll go against Lord of the Rings. I don't think they want Lord of the Rings out at the same time as House of the Dragon. It just makes sense to me. Yeah, Dragon, and there you go, Dragon. You make a good point about how far the show goes. The Regency era is a whole prequel story to itself, a whole different era and new characters. You would literally have to almost start over a new show. So I don't think they'll go. That's what I'm saying is I don't think they go past, Aegon being crowned, the third being crowned. I don't think they, then you're in a whole new era and meeting people all over again and. Because look, I mean, spoiler alert, a lot of these people are going to die, obviously. So you can't. You'd have to basically be constantly replacing people with as more kids are born and whatever to keep going past this era. So I don't think they'll do that. CRB, that is true. There was a high bar set for Mandalorian and Boba obviously coming back, and they don't want him to steal the show from Mando, so they made a separate one. That is true. It couldn't be as good. That is true. And plus, baby, come on, Grogu, Baby Yoda, man. They can't outdo that. With an actual bounty hunter. Excuse me. What's up, Ask the Cheese? See how the Phantom Menace is already crying Lord of the Rings will be a woke disaster. People need to grow up. I don't know. I've heard that, but I haven't read anything about if it's going to be woke or not. If it's woke, trash, I won't watch it. That's just as simple as that. If it's woke, I mean, you know how I feel about it. I feel the same way about woke crap. Just for the sake of being woke and checking off boxes, I think that's dumb and I think it's a spit in the face to not only the actors but the fans. So I won't watch it if it's that. But I don't know. I haven't read anything about it. But I've heard that, but I don't know why where they're getting information. So I don't know anything about it as far as what they're doing, why they think that. I will watch it myself and be my own judge. I won't listen to a couple people on YouTube. If it's bad, I'll stop watching it. It's that simple. Naomi, hello. Happy to see you back. If this turns out into Ice and Fire focused channel, I'll be tuning in regularly. It absolutely is, Naomi. That's what I was saying. I've got to refocus back to House of the Dragon / Ice and Fire. I have to. I can't keep trying to do this other stuff that just it actually kills the channel. And I know some people, want to see and like I said, I'll have to start a separate thing if I have to, just like I moved the podcast over to a new channel, because it doesn't work in the algorithm to have all this different stuff. Now, once you get big enough, you can kind of get by with it. It's not a big deal, but it does affect everything. And like if I put out Star Wars stuff that you don't like, you don't watch those videos, so then the next House of the Dragon video comes out, and they don't recommend that either because they think you're done with this channel. And that's essentially what's happened, in combination with people literally telling me every day that they hated Game of Thrones so much that they just couldn't watch anybody's channels. But now, their other channels are starting to pick back up. I think Dragon, I don't know how you're doing as far as views and growth or anything. I have no idea. I know Robert is doing good again, but he never really stopped. So In Deep Geek, he's still doing. Of course, he's doing a lot of Lord of the Rings. Quinn's been doing. He blew up. He's been doing Dune. Teflon's really picked up his niche, and Dexter. He's been doing his videos have been going really well. My channel has not until the last couple days or last week or so, where it's starting to. I can see little signs of life. Is all I'm saying. So if I keep that going, it should start to turn it around a little bit. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm still losing subscribers. Like I haven't seen every live stream now. Like I said before, I never see any alerts coming in for live streams. For subscribers. and I always lose a few when I first go live. But it used to be obviously during seasons 7 and 8, there were subscribers coming in, and we were growing fast, especially during 6 and 7. I mean, really, really fast. I mean, we went from 50,000 to, we got up to 85,000 or 84,000 the night season 8 ended. 84,000 we were at. So we were 16,000 away from 100K, our goal, and everybody else made it. Everybody else popped off and did, grew and did well, except me. So, but that's where we were. So I've lost, whatever it is. I'm down to 77, right at 77K again. So that's what I got to do is just refocus. And luckily we have House of the Dragon coming this year, man, regardless. Lady Jen, they cannot get anywhere near Game of Thrones with a new show. It has to stand on its own or it's going to fail. Cannot rely on GOT fans to hold it up. Yeah, I think it will. I mean, look, it's going to be in the same universe. There's going to be a lot of GOT fans that come back. But I think it will attract some new people for sure. Because they don't have to. They can kind of detach themselves from the main story and whether we hated it or not. So. Yeah, Mike, we're going backwards, man. We've been going backwards, trying to get back to zero. That's exactly what's been happening. But yeah, no, they got to bring in some new people too, because there are a certain number of people who just will refuse to watch anything related to Game of Thrones, and I get it. I understand that. So I hope they're taking that into account. But remember, this is what it's hard to do. I know, believe me, I know it's hard to do. But it is a completely different era because people say I'm not watching it because I know how this whole thing ends. I know how Dany is her and Jon are the last Targaryens. I know how this ends from Game of Thrones, and there's no point in watching it. And I do, to some degree, get that. But there's a lot of good stories in this era and all these other eras that are really good. So, I think if people give it a shot and try to put that out of their mind and realize that, hey, you're going to love Rhaenyra too, just like you did Dany, and kind of separate it, I think they can really enjoy it. Monica, I don't know. I don't think she really does YouTube anymore. So, because she's in school doing art stuff, so I don't know what she ever. I think 60-something thousand, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Gemma. I don't know what happened to Gemma, Princess Scarlet. She just disappeared. Last time I talked to her was when we worked on that book together. She just kind of literally vanished. I don't know if her social media is still up. Dragon, you're saying we have no idea if the season 8 even remotely reflects the real ending in the books. Yeah, it does. It 100% does. I mean, I just did a video last week and put that clip in there from the interview that George R. R. Martin had with what's his name from CNN, Anderson Cooper. He gave them all the major beats. Now, yes, he mentions the side characters will all be different because we didn't see the side characters in Game of Thrones. It will 100% be the same basic ending. He literally says that in the interview. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. I pull this up because people always think, I don't know why they think they're going to sell them a different story. No, I'm not saying you, Dragon, in particular. I'm just saying in general. Hold on one second. But, this is the stuff that he told them right here. Let me pull this up for a second. And I'll pull it up and I'll just skip to that. Let me slide this out. I have to move this over here for a second. So give me 1 second here and I will put it on. Because I want people. This is in my video. I actually put this clip in my video, but let me move it over really quick. This is really quick, so it won't take but a second, and we'll get back to a couple of these other things here in Q&A, whatever. But here we go. Let me skip this ad and go over to
11 and your other two books are financially. essentially it's going to be two different versions.
But I think that's true of every.
So this is right. This is right after season 8.
Spider-Man, is it Stan Lee's Spider-Man from the comic books? They're similar, but they're also different. Things happen to one that never happened to the other.
Let me just skip ahead a little bit.
The primary beats are there, the character is there, but it's a question of the choices you make to tell the story, which are partially dictated by your medium.
I mean, do you worry that some fans
Here you go.
will have Dan and David?
So this is from his own mouth.
Would that be a disappointment to you?
I don't think Dan and Dave's ending is going to be that different from my ending because of the conversations we did have.
They're right there.
But they may be on certain secondary characters to me.
So there you go. I mean, it's really that simple. Let me get back over here. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same ending, essentially. And again, like you said, there's so many, in Dragon, you're a huge book reader, book nerd, and a lot of you in chat too. There's so many other characters, obviously, yada, 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 that, it's going to be different because they wasn't in the show. And they did change a lot of stuff. They swapped, I think, Dragon, I see you're mentioning, the I can't say the word you're typing. The assault scenes, they did put those in there, which, I don't know exactly why they did it. I know they wanted to make, for example, Ramsey look worse. Obviously, they didn't show anything, but they implied it heavily. I don't know why they swapped Danny and Drogo, which was different in the books, because Danny instigated that in the books as opposed to Drogo essentially assaulting her in the show. But I think if this is the ending, they wanted to add as many things as they could to her, damaging her psyche, where she could go in and say, "I was assaulted, I was sold, I was all this stuff," So I'm just guessing because that was season 1, episode 1. You know what I mean? Or first couple episodes. So I don't know why they changed some of the things they did, but we do have an ending. Yeah, but look, man. He told them these things that were going to happen. He told them Danny's going to become her father, essentially, which was the way they presented it. Obviously, was not that. All the little things they put in there was, the whole theme for Danny was, and John said it a million times. She's not her father. That was a theme throughout this show. She is not her father. That was for other characters too. Don't punish the sons for the sins of the father or the daughters for the sins of the father. And so, they did it wrong. I'm not saying they did it right. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the major beats will be the same, and I don't know why people refuse to accept that. You know what I mean? Because he sold them a Song of Ice and Fire and gave them what he's going to write, the big things. And he said a million times too, by the way, I'm not going to pull all those up in interviews, and I'm sure everybody's seen them, that he can't go back and change things now because all the stuff's laid out, all the foreshadowing. And now that you think about it, if you go back and look, you can start seeing like, oh yeah, there's King Bran references and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just don't like it. But who knows? Anyway, so I'm letting go of Game of Thrones. I'm trying to and move into House of the Dragon. CRB, I'm sorry, I saw this. I was trying to get to it. Thank you for another super chat. When Dan and Dave said to HBO, we need to finish a budgeted 20 episodes and 7 episodes, HBO should have said, no, we'll hire someone else to finish the 20. No, I agree with that. I do. I've said that a million times. When they should have demanded at least 10, because I know George R. R. Martin wanted 13. And if they said, hey, we'll do 8, or then say, okay, fine, we'll get somebody, Miguel Sapochnik or whoever at the time, whoever kind of came forward, which is now like Ryan Condon and Miguel Sapochnik. I 100% agree. Why not? Hey, they can take the reins over. You wouldn't even know they were gone. And, so I don't know why they didn't. I guess it was a contract thing. I don't know all the legal ins and outs, whatever, but it is what it is. So, what else we have? We have we have like I think I mentioned, we have the tournament where we'll see the blacks and the greens be established. Of course, we'll see this will be later when Rhaenyra and after Viserys' death. That'll be the 5-year anniversary. Depends on which one they're going to do, or if they combine 2 tournaments or make it one or whatever. We'll see the establishment of the blacks and the greens before there's any bloodshed, any fighting. We'll start to see the kids fighting. I think we see that scene in the trailer where probably when Aemon loses his eye, which starts the thing between the kids and the Strongs. Rhaenyra's kids not being Lenar's. We're going to see that. So there's going to be lots of cool stuff that leads up to this. Daemon, probably being married to Lady Ray, and then she dies. I believe that's in 115, accidental death, but he tries to take over the veil, or whatever. And then I think you got Lucerys, like I said, stabbing Aemon, accidentally taking his eye out, becoming Aemon One Eye. So you got all these things kind of building to where, they're still a big, crazy family, and the Velaryons are obviously intermarried and all that stuff at this point, which they always have been. I mean, you got to remember Aegon the Conqueror, his mother was a Velaryon. So you're going to see 3 Velaryon houses. I'm assuming if they do Celtigar, I think we will see Celtigar. I think we saw shields in some of those pictures too, right, with the crabs. So you're going to see some other houses that we from the books that we never saw in Game of Thrones. So there's so much stuff here. You got Viserys, firing, or got Sir Otto Hightower, who's not even the Lord of the High Towers, but he is the hand of the king. He doesn't like Daemon, so there's going to be a lot of stuff between them. When the dance starts, you're going to see him hiring sail swords and all kinds of shit from Essos as well to help with the war that's coming. Kristen Cole and his whole thing with Rhaenyra and the relationship there, and then the council meetings at the end of the season, I would imagine, is when they try to crown the Aegon. And so I think that's how it ends, is with that, like we talked about before, with Viserys' death and then Aegon's coronation, and then Rhaenyra finds out about it, and here we go. Here comes the blood, So lots of cool stuff to cover, and people are going to really like these characters. It's going to be dark and gritty. It's a dark and gritty time in this universe for sure. So lots of cool characters to fall in love with and to hate and to tragically lose. Thomas, do you think people are ready? Well, I won't read the rest of that out loud. I don't know. That will be a while. But yeah, there's going to be some red wedding moments, it's just the way all there is to it. I won't say that in particular on a live stream. I've talked about those in videos where I've warned about spoilers. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think people are. I don't know how much they would show, but yeah, I won't read it out loud just in case there's people who don't want to be spoiled. But yeah, if anybody wants to read his comment, you can certainly read it. But yeah, that'll be a while. But yeah, it's going to be. That's the thing. That's what's going to be hard about it, is you're going to like fall in love with some of these characters, and we already know what happens to them. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's the way it is. I don't know, Ask the Cheese Gaming. I don't know. Dan and Dave have vanished literally since it ended, and they didn't show up to that one thing they were supposed to, so they have just vanished. They won't come out for quite. I don't know if they'll ever make a public appearance again. Honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, Dragon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rhaenyra with yeah, definitely Cersei parallels for sure. I mean, you know how he is. You got the repeat of history stuff. That's what I was saying before about Alicent. She is loved and all that stuff. She's not like I wasn't saying she's like a Cersei, but she kind of becomes a Cersei type character that I think most people. I think you would agree. For anybody that has not read the books and all that stuff, is I think more people will like Rhaenyra, and she has some of the same, like you said, parallels with Cersei with three bastards and all this stuff, right? But I think you would agree that more people in general will like Rhaenyra over Alicent when they get to that point, because they're going to love each other first, right? I mean, they're going to have a great relationship when this show starts. I just wonder how exactly they're going to do these flashbacks. Is it going to be flashbacks, or are there going to be whole like scenes, or for example, episodes where they're young the whole time? How long are they going to be on this show? You know, how long is young Rhaenyra, for example? How long is she going to be in season 2? You know, are they just going to establish her in season 1 and we see mostly all that stuff set up? I don't know how they're going to do it exactly. I mean, flashbacks only, or is it literally going to be 2 timelines? And then we don't have a younger Daemon, right? And Daemon's involved in all this shit. So are they just going to make him look a little bit younger? I don't know. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. I can only imagine. Flashbacks is what makes sense to me. But I don't know. Some people don't like to do those, but we'll see. Hooper, what's up, man? Rate season 8, 1 out of 10. Ironically, season 8 had the best episode in history with episode 2. Is the crazy part about it. That was one of my favorite episodes in the whole entire show. But the season 2, I mean, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe. There was a couple great things about it, like I said, as far as episodes, but story-wise, being rushed, all that stuff, it was complete trash. And I remember, you know, we did the live streams after, as usual, just like we did in season 7, and we would watch the episode, me and James, and we'd already have everything set up to go live, and we took notes and stuff, and we were like, damn, what's going on, man? And we were like, you could see, like, every week we were like getting less and less confident that this was going to end well, and so it just kept going further and further downhill, man. When the Night King was killed in episode 3 and Cersei was the last villain, I was like, oh, they done fucked up. They have fucked up. And then it was Arya, and there was no Jon Snow battle, and you know, I don't know. We're rehashing season 8, but it's just trash, man. Trash. Destroyed the best TV ever. And you know, look, 7 wasn't great either. 6 was okay, you know, but you know, it was acceptable. Where 8 became unacceptable. But again, I'm just my opinion. It's not just Dan and Dave. It's the story itself. I don't like that ending. And that's just my personal opinion. Some people love season 8, which is totally fine. But I'm not going to. I had people get mad at me. I remember on the live streams, people were mad that me and James didn't like it. And I was like, I've been doing this for years now. Everybody, you've been here for, you know, some of these people had been around for years. And got mad because I had an opinion different than theirs. And I was really, really confused by that.
Big differences.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of this screen here. I see your question, Doc. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get everything squared away here. Back in its spot here. But yeah, I mean, people were mad because we were saying we hated it and didn't like it and it was trash, and a few people were, not many, but there was a few people was like, no, it's the best ever. And that's fine, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've never been that. Y'all know me. I'm straight up. I try to come from everything from a common sense perspective, and it just wasn't good. I mean, so people left because I didn't like it anymore. And it's like, what do you want me to do? Lie and fake it? I'm not that dude. I'm the same motherfucker on camera as off. I can't just come on and say, hey, it's Game of Thrones. It's fucking great. No. But it's fine if you did like it. That's right, Mizuma. That's a good point, man. Fun fact. No, yeah, exactly. We did. We all knew how Titanic ended, but we went and watched it anyway. Exactly. You want to see it happen, man. That's a good point. Hooper, my favorite season? Ooh. Man, probably 1. I don't know, man. I liked aspects of everything, but I mean, as far as the best overall TV season is one. I liked aspects of a lot of the seasons, but Matt Cole. Some people love season 8. Those people are assholes. Jeez. No, there's some people in here right now that liked it, and that's completely fine. I'm just saying I didn't. And that's all. That's all I can do is just give my honest opinion. Doc Holiday on Patreon. Thank you, sir. Man, the first time I've seen like a comment on Patreon in a while. Any chance you could put up the map on stream sometime and expand on what and where things happen like you did in the previous video? Yeah, actually I can, man. I think I have that map. And thank you for the question. That's a good idea. I think I have a picture here of the Crownlands, that map that I used in the video. Yeah, here we go. So I'll put up this one. I don't know how. Let me put this up and see if it looks worth of shit on here because I can't. Here we go. Yeah, so let me move that. Yeah, here's a map I can put up real quick. So this is like the general area again. We're talking about the Crownlands, the primary locations. We will see Winterfell, in in the north and a couple of places and and we'll see Old Town and the Reach and all that stuff. But mainly. Dr. Doge, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. You didn't have a question there, but I appreciate the super chat. This is that one map that everybody finds on YouTube. But let me zoom in. It's kind of that's all right. So this is basically the Crownlands. This is you got the main areas. Obviously, you're gonna have Dragonstone, right? This is where Dragonstone is. I'm assuming it's gonna be the same as Game of Thrones. So you got Driftmark here. These are going to be the two main areas, right? This and then obviously King's Landing itself over here. So you're going to see a lot of flying back and forth between these areas. Up here you have Crackclaw Point and Claw Isle. This is the Celtic Guards up here. So this is going to be another This is the other Valyrian house. So these three islands are all Valyrians, right? And they were... Celtigar up here and Velaryon down here were both in Westeros before Aenor Targaryen came over from Valyria when Daenerys the Dreamer had the premonition 12 years earlier that it was going to get blown to hell. So these families all made it. The difference is that the Celtigars of Claw Isle and the Velaryons of Driftmark were never dragon riders. This family were, and they brought 5 dragons with them. Aenor Targaryen and his family, and 5 dragons, including Balerion the Black Dread. So that's why they're so powerful compared to, say, these two families. They never had dragon riders. But now, over the years, they have all intermarried. And so now you have, for example, Rhaenys Targaryen married to... Corlys Velaryon, who we're going to see in the show, obviously, the Sea Snake. She's a dragon rider, and then her children are dragon riders. So the Velaryons become dragon riders. So you'll see a lot of Velaryon dragon riders as well because they start getting that. They have the Valyrian blood, but they already have the dragon bonding ability, right? So whatever that blood magic is, because nobody is exactly sure how that works. But it definitely have to have Valyrian blood. That's King's blood. That's what King's blood means, by the way, like I said before. That's what, when Melisandre's saying King's blood, she thinks it means actual, just anybody's a king. What she's actually saying is Valyrian blood. That's the magic blood. That, and obviously there's some of that in the northern blood too, obviously. The first men blood, obviously, with skin changing, warding, all that stuff as well. So that's the two major houses with magic in their blood, essentially, in the DNA. So this is going to be the main area. So you have the God's Eye. You're going to see some awesome stuff here. We're going to actually get to see this time. I know that's kind of behind my face. But the God's Eye is over here, Isle of Faces. We'll see Adam Velaryon fly over here and land. And I don't know if they'll show the Order of the Green Men, so we could see Children of the Forest in the show. If so, this is where we'll see him. And then you have, Duskendale. This is where a big thing happens later on. That's what helps drive Danny's father mad later on, the defiance of Duskendale. But this is going to be the major areas. I mean, this is going to be pretty much where the whole show takes place for the most part. As I said, there will be other spots. You're going to see, eventually they'll fly out to Winterfell and ask for help, and you'll see, Silverwing and all that kind of stuff. Maybe lay some egg. Where some stuff we'll potentially see there. But that's going to be the majority of the show. Because it's going to be a lot of just political stuff and, talking inside and whatever, or on the beach, you know what I mean? Kind of like we saw in the teaser. Let's see here. Lord Kev on Patreon, thank you, man. Second comment, when you said gritty, you mean how successful they were at making everybody look like they smell like feet, right? Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, not just that, but that is part of it, Big Kev, for sure, man. Gritty just means like real to me, not just actually dirty. But that's certainly, I guess that's part of it. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Azuma. Howland Reed, there's only 2 people that we know of in this story who ever flew or went, not just flew. Not everybody rode a dragon. But there's only 2 people, Howland Reed and Adam Valerian, who ever went to the Isle of Faces and apparently got counsel from the Order of the Green Men in the whole story. Yeah, and we never got the Howland Reed expose as we should have in season 8 that we all called for, which is ridiculous. Another thing why I hated it, you could have confirmed John's parentage thing, but they did end up. That's what I didn't like about it is, from a George R. R. Martin perspective, or when this is what we don't know, like how is it Dan and Dave or is it George himself, is using John's heritage as just a divider between him and Danny, to be the division between those two. That's what I didn't like, instead of it like being known. I wanted it to be known that have the conflict another way, have it be known, and then you can have people squabbling over who should be king or queen, but don't have it hidden where it just drives them apart. Whatever. That's what they used it for, though. The big R plus L equals J ended up being just that, which that could have been part of it too, man. But come on, man. Ask the Cheese Q&A. Do you think we could see Free Folk or the Night's Watch? I mean, we could. I don't see why we need to, but because really, to my knowledge, there's no Night's Watch involvement. Now, before that, you had, I don't know how far off they do flashbacks. I don't think they will, of Jaehaerys and Queen Alysanne. Queen Alysanne actually flies to the wall on Silverwing, and that's when she gives them the gift up there, which is the land right below the wall. She imparts that to them, but that's when Silverwing will not fly beyond. She wanted to fly beyond the wall to the haunted forest to just see the beauty of it, and Silverwing wouldn't go. And of course, we know now that was because there's some weird. I guess they sense, or the Silverwing sensed the Night King and the evil or whatever. So that's why, but that was way before all this. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to see that far back. So to my knowledge, there wouldn't be. Now they could, they could have them going up there trying to. I don't know. It's not in the books. They'd have to make up stuff to go up there to the Night's Watch. So there's no reason to see it, but we could for some small thing. Who knows? Thomas would like a movie about Aegon the Conqueror. I know that's what we wanted to see. I've always wanted to see Aegon and mainly Visenya and Rhaenys, honestly, to do with the actual conquest. I thought that would have been cool, man. But we'll get references to it, but I guess we're not going to actually see it. Ask the Chief Q&A, can we see a battle of free folk versus? We shouldn't see anything about wildlings in this particular series, I don't think. They may mention them, but I don't think we'll see anything. Duke Silver, Daenerys' objection to Jon's parentage is nonsense. She can't have children. Jon continues the Targaryen line. It is stupid, and that's the thing. She can't have children. That's even in the books, or it's implied in one of the last parts of Dance with Dragons. And he even said the line, do you think that witch may have been a bad source of information? She kept saying over and over, I can't have kids, which implied that she was exactly going to have kids. So, anyway. Hoonjive, what's up, man? There's Hoonjive. Look at this. Hoonjive's in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, special guest Hoonjive. And where's Mr. Shoon? What's up, man? That would be the best, the Conqueror. Yeah, I wanted to see that too, man. For sure. Lexus, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I don't know if Lexus is in here or maybe just watching videos and subscribing. Appreciate that. Let's see. I was trying to think, was there anything, I don't want to spoil anything. I was just trying to generally talk about some of the things we're going to see in season 1. There's a lot of stuff that leads up before we start seeing, because trust me, you don't want to jump in and just start seeing Targaryens kill each other and dragons kill each other. Lots of stuff leads up to it, and that's where the real intrigue is, I think. So there's lots of cool stuff to see. Not only the Targaryens, but the Velaryons, with Rhaenys being married to the Sea Snake and seeing the Sea Snake with hey, let me put it this way: if you thought the Greyjoys, or in particular Euron, was kind of a badass, which he was better in season 8, but he's still not Euron in the books for sure. If you thought his fleet was badass, you ain't seen Velaryon. You ain't seen House Velaryon and the Sea Snake. That's going to be cool to see the War of the Stepstones and Crab Feeder and all that stuff. I mentioned that in some videos. I won't spoil anything, but the War for the Stepstone, where Daemon just is bored. He's literally just bored in King's Landing. He wants to go rule something, so he decides to become the king of the Narrow Sea, and he does. So many cool things, man, to see. All the little intricate things with Rhaenyra and Alicent, and then the Rhaenyra and all her husbands as she gets older, because we do have the younger version and the older version, or I guess we'll call that the modern version, the current timeline. So a lot of cool stuff. Hey, look at that! Another subscriber up in here. I don't know if can I read that? Ayur Vedikman. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it, man. Hooper, are the Ice and Fire books worth the read? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They're outstanding. Again, I don't think I'm going to like the last one if it ever comes. I don't think we'll ever see the last one. Well, I think we'll see Winds of Winter, but I don't think we'll ever see A Dream of Spring. Just my opinion. But yeah, so I don't know if there's somebody that can maybe finish those, or I don't know if it ever happened. I don't think it ever will. But yes, they're 100% worth the read. If you watch Game of Thrones, now read the books, and then you'll see what we're talking about. I think it's a good idea, actually. Yeah, absolutely. I would never not recommend the books. Steph Snow is in the building. I think I said Steph hello earlier, didn't I? I know I was thinking about it. I know I was thinking about Steph. Hello, Steph Snow. Let's see, Thomas, Maurice, the problem with God is, excuse me, all 3 dragons look the same, just the colors were different. I'm scared the House of Dragon, I want to make them dragons authentic. Well, that's the main thing with dragons, is just the size and coloring. That's really what separates them, but they do have their own personalities, for sure, and so they didn't explore that probably enough in Game of Thrones, the personalities of the dragons, because they do have like their own personalities. So yeah, I think being it is so important that's part of the story of how they lost their dragons and ended up putting them in a dragon pit and all this stuff and making them die out essentially on their own, and also killing them, because it's going to follow the theme, right? You heard Danny say it: a dragon is not a slave. but they made their dragons slaves, and that's part of the story too. So I think I'm hoping that they'll actually make them, because George R. R. Martin said that in his not a blog post, right? He was talking about the 17 dragons in the show. There's about 20 or so, but we're apparently going to see 17. That they all have their own personality. So I hope they distinguish them a little bit like that for sure. Coach O'Shea, smoke break. Actually, I need to take a pee break, and then that will actually work if y'all are going to hang out for a little. We still got about 100 people up in here hanging out. Appreciate y'all hanging out, man. Tina Bowen, hello, Tina. Good night, Lady Jen. Have a good one. I'm sorry I'm missing some things, I know. And yeah, thank you for grabbing the book, The Crimson Gods, and let me know what you think of it, man. I hope you like it. The Curtis, Lord of the Rings nerd, hello. When is the series out? We don't know exactly. The major guesses are April and June. I still think April, but it could very well be June. But we don't know. We don't have an official answer. We could find out tomorrow. We could find out tomorrow with the new show and a trailer. We could see a trailer tomorrow. If there's a trailer tomorrow, you know what I'll be doing tomorrow. So I'll be looking for it. It's Chris. We have a dragon farting. It looks like. It's Chris. I'm saying that's the username. All right, I'm trying to. I know I missed a few things here, but got cross. Oh God, Mazuma, Jesus, man, got crossover Jersey Shore and MTV, Jesus. What? We love Chris. Nah, yeah. Doc, Chris is all right. Yeah, he's all right, man. Y'all are all right, you know. I kind of like hanging out with you on, Sunday night live streams and all that shit, Kind of, y'all are all right. See, I can't say that. He aight. What do you mean, Steph? What do you mean to sound loud? Did you fart? Did you something? Oh, Steph. Yeah, Steph. That is one of the two dates. 4/24. Yeah, April 24th. That is one of the dates people are putting their money on, I suppose. Yeah, no, I had no problem with how Princess Scarlet. I thought the dragons looked pretty damn good in season 8. But they didn't. I mean, of course, they weren't using them a whole lot either. You had a little bit of personality, kind of, because you only really saw Drogon. But that's the thing. Remember, a lot of people ask that too. Just to throw this out there for people who may not know, dragons only like Dany rode Drogon because she got rescued out of the pit, right? Just like the books, his dad's next pit. So she rode Drogon. She could never go and ride another dragon after that, even though she is the mother of the 3 dragons. They don't switch. So they accept one rider. The rider accepts it for life. And once that rider dies, then they could potentially accept another rider. In a lot of cases, they obviously did throughout the years. But once they can't until that rider dies. So she couldn't go jump over, for example, on, I don't know, Viserion or whatever, after riding Drogon. And then get back on Drogon is what I'm saying. Oh, Lord, you think Britney Spears is doing the score? Shit. No, it's the same guy. I can't remember his name. I never pronounce his name. John Haymaker, what's up, man? Will there be a House of Dragon Super Bowl commercial? That's what we were talking about. We were saying there's a possibility. I mean, that's certainly possible. But there's a possibility of like tomorrow with this new show coming out. But that's just it's just a guess. They should have plenty of footage for a full trailer. We know they do. we know that George R. R. Martin has seen episode 1. He said a rough cut, but we don't know how rough it is. They have it ready. I mean, I'm sure it's ready. Alex, Q&A, could Hot D decanonize the ending of God? No. There's no way for it to. That is canon. That is the ending. That's the ending of A Song of Ice and Fire, unfortunately. And again, and we talked about that earlier, I don't know why people don't accept it. I know they want it to be different, believe me. I do too, but it's not. It's not. Again, all the side stuff will be, but that's the ending. That's the ending you're going to get. It's just all there is to it. All right, yeah, give me 1 second, guys, and if y'all want to hang out for another, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you want to do. I know people have to work and all that good stuff, but I'll we're reestablishing our time slot because, hey, y'all will be up this late after House of the Dragon, so yeah, let me run to the little boy's room, and I will be right back.
Feels like I'm caught up in a trance. Can come down all night. The city never stood a chance. With you by my side, it's all ours. So don't second guess. Let down your guard. Just take a chance. I feel the hours ticking down. Wish I could turn it all around. But in my mind, we're frozen perfectly in time.
Alrighty.
Turn back the night.
All right, let's stop that. Stop that crap. All right. Breaking Chains. Hello. Jessica. Jessica's late, as usual. Jessica, you're late. Zara. Hello, Zara. You're late too. I'm just kidding. Hello. Glad you can make it in the last, 20 minutes or so. We'll see. Doc doing some mod work there. Apparently we had some spam in the chat here. Let's see. Bring out the dancing girls. We had some dancing girls there, Musi. Hey, Jessica, turn on your notifications. You know what I mean? Turn them off and back on. We're trying to reestablish our Sunday night thing now. We're on the road to House of the Dragon here, and the earliest is going to be April. So we got to reestablish. So we're trying to rebuild here, and so y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed the last let's see. I've been doing videos again every other day or every 3 days basically. All House of the Dragon since so there's been 3 videos in a row this month. So we're trying to get back to content and House of the Dragon stuff. But it's sparse right now. It's sparse, so we're trying to do that without just making videos just to be making them. So if you hadn't watched them, do me a favor, go watch them and watch the whole damn things and like them and all that good stuff. We're trying to rebuild here, and we'll try to rebuild Patreon as well. So think about supporting us there to get us back to full time here. But anyway, yeah, whatever, we can hang out another 20 minutes, whatever you want to do. I'm here for whatever. I'm down for whatever, and we were just talking about, what we could see in season 1 because there's not going to be a war yet. So yeah, Steve Irwin, he was cool, man. That was sad. Cool how his son and daughters continuing his legacy. It's really cool. Yeah, no, I know, Jessica. Some people don't get notified. Some people get unsubscribed still, apparently. Actually, you know what? Speaking of that, Hoonjive, I don't know how many people in here use Discord, but I will give out the Discord. We do, because we originally created this for YouTube, not just the Twitch stuff, right? Let me put the Discord link in here. I think, do we have a Discord command? We need to fix our YouTube command. We've got to have a council meeting, a small council meeting on Patreon and get everything straightened out here. We got to get, let me see. Do we have a Discord command? No, we don't. So we need to fix YouTube stuff like we have Twitch. Twitch is pretty set up. By the way, we do, for anybody new here who hadn't heard me say it before, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday for the most part. I was sick the last couple of weeks, so I didn't every week. Obviously, I had the COVIDs, and I'm good. I'm good now. But we do stream on Twitch. But Discord was originally created for Patreon access and all that kind of stuff to discuss all these different shows. So let me give it out. and that way people can discuss things anytime they want, and I'm in there all the time as well. Let me put out a no. Just give me the link. We need to. I need these mods to get trained up here, so y'all can go in and do commands and all that stuff here. But people can join this Discord here, and there's all you can discuss anything. And this is where we do gaming and stuff too. But there's a House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and Mandalorian, and Wheel of Time rooms, and all this kind of stuff. And you can use this without me being in there and all that stuff. So. Anyway, so there you go. If people want to join that, it is COVID, Steph Snow. We've seen the data now. We've seen the data now. I'll take my natural immunity, because I got it. The Camden brought it up in here, So that you can't. Hey, by the way, I'm saying that is not really. It's a joke, but it's also because if you say the C word without, if you don't say COVID, you'll get some kind of damn disclaimer or misinformation or fact checking thing below your video. I'm serious. So, anyway, whatever, Natalie. There was I saw that, Natal. Wait a minute. Why did Nightbot delete Natal's? Oh, she used caps. Natal, what are you doing? Where you been? And she's late too. I swear. You got to remember caps, Natal. This is not Twitch, man. No, I will never play cute games, Steph Snow. I cannot do it. I don't like them. I don't like them. Duke Silver, Bran is the evil little bastard. I don't buy the Bran being evil thing. I really don't. I know some people think that. But yeah, no, I don't buy the whole Bran evil. It's really the children of the forest taking over and Bloodraven's evil type of stuff. I mean, he's a soulless bastard at the end, right? But that whole thing with Bran was bullshit too. I hate that ending. It's so stupid. There shouldn't have been any king or queen besides Jon and Dany breaking the wheel and making a council. That was where it's supposed to be heading. I'm trying to think if there's any more any detail, not detail because I didn't want to spoil anything, but I was trying to think if there's any more things. I didn't really have a list or notes or anything. I just, as usual, just off the top of my head. And I've forgotten a lot of stuff too, so I need to reread some stuff as well. But Steph, man, I don't play cute games. I hate Chublets. That was the worst game in history. I played Phasmophobia with Mazuma some, and I play DBD still because I still enjoy it to some degree. I'm playing it less. I will play Elden Ring. I believe I'm going to play Elden Ring when it comes out. That's the one where George R. R. Martin helped write the world. So that's already in beta now. People are playing it, I think. I think it'll be out. Let me see, actually. When is Elden Ring release date? It's a big M-Morg. It's February 25th, so yeah, next month. I'll play Elden Ring for sure. I think I'm going to grab that. I think I can pre-order it now. I need to look, but I'll keep that up and see. So, yeah, but that, Among Us, now, yes, Jessica, we need to play Among Us. I don't know why it stopped. I would still enjoy playing Among Us. Thomas, do you believe that Alicent loved Viserys? I think she came to. I did. I think she came to at first because she didn't go in there. I mean, obviously, in this time period, in this story, most marriages are political at first. But I think she came to because she took care of the old king. She was there at his death, in his deathbed. So I think she had some legitimate feelings there, and she, her and Rhaenyra got along for a long time. So I think so. She didn't start off as, and then again, she's not some, just straight evil Cersei type. But she becomes that because of power and her own kid being heir, and wanting to be the king versus Rhaenyra and all that stuff. So I think so. What, Natalie? What? You don't organize at big VAPs? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why, Natalie? You're always attacking me. I don't know what that means. What big VAPs means? Are you talking to me? I can never tell when Natalie's being sarcastic or she's taking little swipes at me all the time, and I think is what it is. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I don't know why am I organizing anything. What's up, Mo? How you doing? Duke Silver didn't think Bran was bad until he went for the throne. No, yeah, I didn't like that at all. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't want to be king, but that's why it came all this way. It's whatever. Caps. Oh, okay. I don't organize it. Big caps. What does that mean? I still don't know what that means. Oh shit! Big vaps. Notice me, simple man. Don't give me lip of where I've been, big caps. You are Natalie. You've been streaming while I was streaming. What do you mean? I don't. You talking about now? How about you organize it? I didn't say anything about streaming, by the way. I didn't say anything about streaming Among Us. We was just playing at night, chilling, having fun, all of us. I'm fine with that anytime. And Jessica, by the way, was staying up late then. She was staying up late and playing with us, but now she pretends like she has a kid and like she's some family person. So she's got to go to bed at 11 o'clock. John Haymaker, Bran wasn't bad throughout. Raven was controlling him. Yeah, well, yeah, not really. I don't buy that either. I think that was pretty clear. That was just the whole thing with the whole. I think Blood Raven always legitimately tried to save the realm. I really do. It's pretty clear to me. He always did that. He gave up his honor for the realm to be sent to the Night's Watch anyway. I don't think he ever changed from that. So I don't think it's some big evil plan for like the children of the forest. They were wiped out already anyway. There's not many left. So they don't really fit. Philip Jensen, what's up, Philip? Yeah, it's still officially just 2022, but I'm still saying April, like I said in this last video. I just put out the video yesterday or day before. I still think they have time to get get them done by, because they got weeks in between them, and they probably I would imagine the majority of the episodes put together at least, except for whatever they're filling in with these last few little indoor filming sessions, which will be just inside conversations, maybe some reshoots or something. So I think April, but it could be June. All I'm saying is I don't think it'll be late 2022 like a lot of people think because of Lord of the Rings. As I wash dishes at midnight. Hey, look, Jessica, you have a dishwasher that you fixed. You don't have to wash dishes every night. Just put them in the dishwasher. She wanted to type in big cats but can't. I don't ever understand anything Natalie's typing, honestly. Like Natalie, you left a comment on our Don't Tunnel Me Bro podcast, the video I did the other day about more Don't Tunnel Me Bro, but I took that as a slight, is what I took that, Natalie. I took that as in you, because you had the little laughing faces after it, like you don't really want to hear any more of it. It was kind of I think Natalie don't like me, and she just throws out these little shots, and it's hard to tell sometimes. So, it's just weird though, because I mean I like Natalie. I don't know why she don't like me anymore, but whatever. Anyway, that's okay. Thomas, can't wait to see you. Rhaenys Velaryon, she's such a strong female character. She's very powerful. I just love her. Yeah, Rhaenys too. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. You have all these characters you have to establish. She's a dragon rider, so that's going to be a big thing, and that's going to part. Her kids also got kind of shit out of the line of succession, and Corlys Velaryon had an issue with that before. So that's all kind of all this stuff that we got to establish to kind of build up to what the hell's going on and why Corlys ends up with the blacks and all that stuff. Obviously, his family is part of that too. But yeah, a lot of stuff. And then when people eventually do die, people die. Some are killed, some are old, and et cetera, et cetera. Then there's a changing of somebody takes the dragon that they used to ride. So there's all that kind of stuff. And then we, as we mentioned the last couple hours, just you have the establishment of the blacks and the greens at the tournament. You have the 5-year anniversary tournament. You have the kids. You have Aemon One Eye losing his eye from Jacaerys. You have Lenore and Lena. You have the marriage with Daemon, right? The first one with you have the establishment of Rhaenyra and her being young, her mother, her being the only survivor of Emma Arryn, and then Viserys the First, and all this setup and stuff. All these little things that add up to end up splitting this family in half, and that's going to be really. It's going to be really good without having to have dragon battles in season 1. You know what I mean? So. Top Shelf Phantom, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Laying down for some sleep and saw your own. What's up, man? How you been, man? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, no, we're trying to rebuild here, man. This channel got completely destroyed 2.5 years ago, and we're just been trying to rebuild as we approach. Since we got a teaser, so we've been trying to refocus on just niching back down to House of the Dragon and to kind of restart my live streams, man. We established that back in after season 6, and which was a long time ago now, and everybody jumped on that, and which is fine. But we were trying to reestablish our time because we'll definitely be going live after House of the Dragon, and so anyway, we're just trying to get back at it, man. Hope you're doing good, man. Marquita, I hope it's April. I'm definitely not renewing HBO until there's a concrete date. I'm not renewing Netflix and no Witcher, and sorry to piss everyone off, but The Wheel of Time was ass on Prime. Marquita, the more I've learned about, and no, I get it too, by the way. I hope it is April too. Obviously, that's a little wishful thinking, but I think they can make it. I think it will be. I think they want to, as much as they can, recapture the Game of Thrones magic, and that was just the time of year when, it happened. And so it was always April, except for season 7. I think it was June. But yeah, I think it will be at the latest June. But I was saying earlier, Marquis, I don't know if you were here. I just don't think they'll put it out late 2022 because you have you have Lord of the Rings of Power. By the way, I am excited about that show. By the way, I know we were talking about it earlier a little bit, but anyway, I don't want to go up against that. Top Shelf, one of the real OGs. I can't imagine Ice and Fire without SmokeScreen. Yeah, man. Look, man. I used to be, I would say, I don't know if you'd say a staple. Maybe I guess you could say an OG in the Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, YouTube community, but helped a lot of people get started, and they all blew up and did well, and that's good. And I'm happy for them, but I just kind of fell off and went away. So I'm not sure what happened. Whatever. Everybody made it, but me. But that's cool. We'll keep grinding. But I appreciate it, man. Still here, still grinding. But we're just kind of cranking it back up. I've been doing all this other stuff, but the algorithm don't like it at all. So as we get closer to Dragon here, now we're trying to re-up here, trying to rebuild, see if we can make it back. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Mazuma, I do. And Doc, I see y'all. Hey, look, man, toxic Swifts, man, toxic survivors. I do like destroying. Hey, I played a couple games earlier of Killer, just literally like 2, destroying them assholes, man. Oh shit. With my Huntress and my Nurse, both of them, back to back 4Ks, man, and that was all I played. Let's see. All right. Justin, everyone is in low, but I think you just need to show up once House of Dragon airs, brother, and people will come back over because your channel is what we know and enjoy. I appreciate it, man. I hope so. There's been some people the last few live streams and the last few videos, the last 3 days, have actually started picking up some steam, and I'm seeing some, familiar names coming back. So that's cool. I'm really cool, enjoying seeing that. A lot of people just thought I quit because they stopped watching anything. They hated the ending so bad. And then I'll see comments and I'll get messages and stuff saying, "Hey, I didn't know you were still doing YouTube. Glad you're back." And I was like, "I never left. We just talked about other things because obviously Game of Thrones had to end." Shrikant, Hindi dubbed, please. I don't know how. I've never dubbed a live stream. Is there not a setting that somebody can somebody do that? I know you can put auto captions now, but it used to be, in the old days, I'm old school, man. In the old days, you could, people in your community could actually do captioning for you in different languages, and they stopped that. So I don't know how I would be able to do that, man. I'll have to look into that, man. Let's see. Thomas, why can't they make like 12 episodes? I mean, it'd be easier for them to introduce everything without confusing the audience too much because they have a lot of plot to establish. Well, I mean, there's going to be long episodes. I think you either have 10 episodes that are an hour and 5 minutes usually, or you have 12 that are like, 50 minutes. So I don't see much difference in those two, but I think they'll do. I think they've learned their lesson either way. I think they'll do it right, for sure. And we were saying earlier to Thomas, I think you were here. I think this ends the season. I mean, I think season, maybe episode 9, but I think we're gonna have Viserys around the whole time. He dies in 129 AC, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. God, I've forgotten so much stuff, man. So you're going to have this first season, the whole dance is only 2 years, a little over 2 years. So you're going to have a lot of stuff that goes back years and years and years just in season 1, I'd imagine, to set up some stuff. But again, a lot of those are going to be apparently flashbacks with the whole young Rhaenyra thing. So I think that's fine. I think 10's fine. Because remember, they can always, as long as they just do it right all the way to the end and don't cut the end off, they can always add episodes. Yeah, Raised by Wolves, by the way, Musty's coming back. I'll watch it, but I'm not going to talk about it. It got too weird. I'll watch it to see what happens, but they tried to overdo the weird shit, man. It started off really good and then got like kind of crazy. Zach, what's up, man? Been too long. Hey, man, we're back. We've been here, man. We've been here, but now we're getting back into Dragon and Game of Thrones prequel. Because that's what I was saying earlier. I'm trying. The last few days, I put out a few videos and about House of the Dragon. And if I do those do okay. Where if I do like Witcher or Star Wars or any of the other stuff I talk about, they don't. So we're just trying to rebuild. We're saying earlier we hit during season 8. We hit 84,000 subscribers and then it died. So we're just trying to rebuild, man, and get back to our Sunday live streams. But we just don't have a lot of information, So this whole stream we've been talking about, what we can see in season 1, because we won't see any blood spilled as far as, well, we will, but not between Targaryens yet until season 2. So yeah, we're just trying to find any little news I can, do videos and start building it back up, man, and establishing our little Sunday slot, man. Smile Factory. Did you ever watch the God Academy psychological breakdowns of characters? It was really good. It'd be fun to get the therapist on your show for a guest spot since the channel changed formats. Yeah, I have. I used to watch God Academy all the time. Me and Gil worked together on that book project with everybody else, and but I haven't watched God Academy in a long time because they were doing a lot of other stuff, and I just hadn't seen them. I hadn't talked to Gil in a long time. So. And they got really political too, and so it's not my thing. But I think Gil's cool, man. I don't know what they've done. I know the last I talked to Gil, the other guy moved here to the States to Florida, I believe. So that's the last time I talked to Gil in God Academy. But yeah, I don't know who they. I've seen a couple things. I know there was a psychologist, I guess, but I don't know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, man, that's what I need. So if I could ask a favor of y'all before we get out of here, I know everybody knows this, but as we try to rebuild, what makes this work is when people watch videos, right, and then they watch the whole thing or as much as possible, and then they watch another, maybe one or two more. So that's what really starts to build and get the thing. The key to YouTube, and it's real simple. It is simple, is to be recommended, and you can only get recommended if your thumbnails are clicked. When I make average shitty thumbnails, I guess, but and people watch enough of the video, and then they watch, like and subscribe. It's a really big deal because it's an indicator that people like the video. And then watching another one, so it's like session time. So if people can go, watch, 2 or 3 videos in a row, that would be a huge thing. And if enough people do that, it starts getting recommended to more people, and that's how we get back in the game, and be able to get to 100K, man. That's all I've ever wanted was it's for my personal goal on YouTube was 100K, for that, just to get that plaque, because I just like getting to goals and reaching them, just like writing this damn book. It just took 2.5 years, but I was happy to do it. I'm glad it's out. It's cool to have a book out and people are enjoying it. But I just enjoyed the whole YouTube thing. I enjoy these live streams and hang out with you guys and talking cool things. And but it was just, it did break my heart. It broke my heart that I was happy for everybody who started later. I helped out a lot of those channels, and they grew and blew up and well over 100K. All that good stuff. That was really cool. But then I got left in the dirt. So it was just, it kind of broke my heart that, and then got ended the way it did. Obviously didn't help. But, in my opinion, I thought it was odd how great we did in season 7, especially with the live streams. We were trending every week and never made it to 100K. I thought that was odd. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll keep grinding. We'll keep doing it and see what happens. But that's why you see. I know people get tired of it. They have to. You have to get tired of if you like a YouTube channel and they're saying, "Hey, please like and subscribe." I know people get tired of hearing that shit, and I know people can't have all their notifications on with phones dinging all day. But that is what does it: is likes, watching the whole thing, and then watching another one. And then watching another one. That's the key. And then they start getting recommended, So I've been trying to experiment and change some titles and thumbnails and start making titles for people instead of machines, because I don't care about search. I mean, that's fine if you get found in search. The key to YouTube is being recommended. So when you see your homepage and, I have one of my videos are there, or, up next, which is right beside, the video window, that's the key to YouTube. Excuse me. Yeah, Thomas, Rhaenyra, there is definitely some Dany vibes for sure. Her looks similar in the young Rhaenyra, but there's certainly some parallels for sure. Game and Trucker, hello. King Viserys may die at the end of the first season. House of the Dragon. Yeah, Game and Trucker, that's exactly what we said. I started the stream off literally saying I think that actor confirmed that he's in the whole season, who plays King Viserys, and that's the ending of the season. Probably episode. I would imagine they'll parallel that with Ned or something, even though he's not really a main character. I don't think. But if he's in every episode or the whole season, then he's got. We said at the beginning of the stream that he'll die at the end of the first season. So that was kind of what we were going over. Is all the stuff that happens before Viserys dies. So I agree 100%. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm keep coughing. Dry throat. And I'm out of Juice of the Gods. Monica, the book is a triumph. I don't know about a triumph. I mean, it is cool. It is cool having a book out. It's really cool that people are mostly enjoying it. I have not seen any real negative feedback. I've seen some really good reviews that are critical of some things, and they're really good, really fair. So it is cool, man. I mean, it is a triumph. It's a personal triumph for sure. It'll never make my money back or anything like that because you don't make money off books. And right now, I mean, it's ridiculous. I didn't want them priced as high as they were. Amazon's actually got them on sale because they buy them all wholesale and stuff. But it's ridiculous right now how much paper is going up and everything. We get emails, and I can't lower the price anymore because it'll be negative. So you have to make at least a 10-cent profit or something. So I sell this hardcover right here. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. I make 20 cents off of a hardcover. I make about 50 cents now off of a paperback. And now, of course, ebooks still make like $3 or $4. A hardcover, which is by the way, the most beautiful version, because you actually got the inside cover, the interior, and it's a gorgeous book. I am so proud of it. But it makes 20 cents, man. That's crazy. But I knew that. I knew it would be low, but right now with everything, the supply chains and all this bullshit. JR, hello, JR. Yes, I've already started the second book, and I've already started prequels. I haven't written a lot lately, but I have started it. Barbara Chetty, hello, Barbara. I stopped watching anything about God after season 8. Broke me. I can't even rewatch. I haven't either, and I get it, but this is what everybody tells me. And then people, like, we started live streaming again, and I started doing more videos on House of the Dragon, trying to build up the channel again. And I get people message me too, and everybody says the same thing. I'm sorry I left. I just couldn't watch anything about Game of Thrones. But I get it. But the ending killed the channel. It killed it. And that's just what happened. John Haymaker, the audiobook came out before the book. It's out. The audiobook is outstanding. I'm telling you right now. Graham Mack, I did an interview with him on his channel as well. I found him on ACX where you do your audiobooks for Audible and all that stuff. And he is outstanding. And I had no control over when that came out. So it actually came out a couple days before the physical copies. It's out. It's out. It's been out for a while. Matter of fact, you can use this if anybody doesn't have Audible. Hold on. Let me. I don't have commands for any of this stuff. Do I? Do we have an Audible command? We got to figure. We got to have a small council meeting on Patreon. We really do. Let's see. Is there? Damn it! I just fucked that up. I thought we used to have one. No, we don't. Anyway, if you go to audibletrial.com/smokescreen, you can get Audible for 30 days for free, and then get a free book. You can get the audiobook, and then you can keep it if you do cancel. But you can go here and if family wants the audio, because the audiobook is outstanding. It really is. His voices are so great, so good, man. You can go there and get it for free. I mean, you do a 30-day trial, and then you can cancel it if you don't want to keep it, and then you can keep the book that you get. You get one token. Barbara, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Hopefully you'll keep joining us and watch House of the Dragon stuff. That's what I was saying just a few minutes ago. Got new videos out. I got a whole House of the Dragon playlist. Let me grab that too. And I know people are going to sleep and all that stuff. We'll get out of here, but this is the key to trying to rebuild this thing, man. Is watching videos and watching the majority of them if you can, and then watching another one in the same session or one or two more. I'll just share this playlist because I know people have not been around, so they don't know that I've been doing videos. That is the playlist for House of the Dragon. Now, there's like 20-something videos in there. And some things are, but there's some characters. We do some basic characters explained in there. So, and then some a couple set leaks, and there's some spoilery stuff in there too as well. And then the last few days I've been doing a few more, and then we're trying to reestablish our Sunday night spot here. So. Still get Musey. I still get you recommended. Well, you are because if you're watching videos, you will. If you're still watching videos, you will. And you've been here for some of these streams and stuff too, Musey. I didn't see your message. Captions working the same, and I have different language captions added to my creepypasta horror channel. I'll have to look, man. Because I know the auto captions now, but before I had people that were working on Spanish for me, and they canceled that. They turned that feature off, so I've never even seen it since then. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, man. If you really got the book on Audible, I'll send you the $4, man. That's what I did. I paid. I think we've sold like 1,200 total, and that's what I did. I had to pay 1,200 people to buy it, so I look legitimate. No, I'm kidding. Anthony, what's up, man? No, they have not said officially. We're still saying April or June, but I think April. I still think April. Brooklyn Girl, love the book. Thank you, Brooklyn Girl. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I'm glad people are digging it, man. Cool, man. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, dude. All right. Let's see. Let me see if anybody else said anything on Patreon. That's another thing, just to throw that out there, with the book stuff and all that. I got to do some self-promotion because I got to pay the bills. But consider joining Patreon. It's dropped so much in the last 2 years, obviously, even though I've been putting stuff up there. But that, I can't rely on YouTube AdSense money because it's literally gas money now. Whoa, that was surprising. Wow. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, if you join Patreon and I've got to revamp in there to include book stuff and all that as well. But we'll figure out something for more stuff for House of the Dragon once we get rolling with that. Because the good thing about House of the Dragon is we got all seasons, right? I mean, we're starting at season 1 as opposed to like in the middle of Game of Thrones. So we're trying to rebuild everything so I can continue doing this. Otherwise, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. So anyway, those are the big things. Is Patreon's what keeps me afloat. Let's see here. All right. All right, Dr. Doge. Look for my review soon. I'll look forward to your review. Mazuma, I do not have pants on. I don't know if you're asking me. I have no idea. I don't have John Haymaker. I don't have pants on. All right. I'm trying to see if I missed anything from you guys. I think it's been mostly me rambling for the last few minutes. So we will get out of here. It is 12:35, so we did our usual 3 hours, close enough. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow about this with this new show coming out. We'll see if they drop a trailer. I don't know. I'm not going to bet on it or count on it, but we'll see. And then as soon as we get a trailer, then there'll be a lot more hype, and there'll be more TV spots coming every couple weeks, and another trailer. So we'll have a lot more, footage. We'll have a lot more news, and then we'll get an actual date and all that stuff. So we'll start cranking up the videos and cranking up the live stream frequency to where we get to we're doing it every single week before the show. So that's the plan. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. I'm trying to see if I missed anything because I know I missed. For some reason, I've always got a chat problem and I couldn't scroll up. JR, you're asking, watch another one of your videos or the next video in the queue. Another one of my videos. The key to, that's the key, is if you watch a video and in general, like if you wasn't here, I'm just telling you guys just for the, just to let you know. But yeah, if you like a channel, regardless, if you watch a video, if you watch at least 80% of it is the goal. That's YouTube's goal. And then you watch another video from the same channel, maybe even 2 or 3 more if you can, if they're short enough, if you got time. That's the key. And then you're going to start getting recommended more, and then that will start signaling to them that video is liked, obviously with a like and subscribe too. And that will start pushing out to more and more people. So it's about session time and watch time. That's the key. So anyway, because look, this is all. I can't do this alone. I couldn't get to the 83,000 we got to alone. This is all you guys, the people that decided to click subscribe and hang out and watch videos and all that stuff. That's what got us there that far. We've made it almost there. We got over 75. We got 83% of the way. But that's just what it takes, and that's what was happening back then, obviously. I'm sorry, Lord Kev and Steph Snow. James is good. I said that earlier, though. That's why I did. I just said he came over last night, and we were hanging out watching football, and Steph's just not listening because she's playing cute games. He was over here, and we watched football and then UFC, and we were trying to figure out when the show starts how he can come back and watch it Sunday nights and do live streams with me again, since he's got a regular first shift job, So we'll get to that bridge, cross that bridge when we get to it, but we got to find out a date first. So I said that, Steph Snow. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. Doc's reminding me here with his thing. You can also join the channel. It's just like if you're familiar with Twitch, you can join the channel for like $5 a month. That's another way to support the channel as well. Just click the little join button beside the subscribe button, and then that just supports the channel straight up. And there's some emojis you can unlock there, and we can do some private stuff as well. But it's hard to manage all that with Patreon too. So, but I consider it a Patreon level basically. This is what look at that. All right, Anthony. Yes, that's going Damon. Yeah, we won't spoil it and say any more than that. But yeah. Damon and Eamon, that's going to be a while for sure, but that's going to be a good one, man. We're going to see, that's what I was saying about the trailer. I think that's when Eamon loses his eyes, that young Alicent scene where she's running in with a dagger, demanding justice, an eye for an eye. All right, so we'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I think we had 100 something people a few times there. But yeah, we if you spread the word and let people know we're back and trying to get this going. There's videos out, and we're gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna try to do, if I can, depending on how much news we're getting, obviously, every 2 or 3 days a video. Not too. I can't do it. If you do it every day, it's too much, and you're trying to balance that out for the algorithm. But just trying to rebuild and enjoy hanging out with these live streams, and hopefully the videos will get are being enjoyed. So, hey, Coach O'Shea, by the way, the 49ers were my team before we got the Panthers. I was a 49ers fan for most of my adult life. Yeah, because Jerry Rice is the GOAT. And so I wasn't watching the Montana Rice days, man, and then Steve Young after that. So I'm fine with that. That would work for me. But I kind of wanted to see Buffalo win it tonight. But anyway, that was a great damn game. All right, so yeah, we'll try to, assuming there's some news, if there's any kind of news, we'll keep doing live streams. You know, we may not do every single week, but once we get close, we'll definitely be doing every single week until we get to the show, and then obviously during the show. So thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super chats. Couple subscriptions tonight there, I see. Appreciate it, CRB, for the super chats. Raphael for the super chat as well. And I believe that was it on my list. And then Dr. Doze, Mike. But yeah, we'll get out of here, and then we may see you next Sunday. Depends on, maybe we'll get a thing. But either way, there'll be more videos this week, so look out for those. And be sure to go check out the last 2 or 3 I put out. If y'all watch those in a row, that would help a lot as well. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I'm seeing